your audio was making it to the computer.
Now that you say that though, is there a mic? Did you say?
It's like way back in the back by the corner.
Just go back behind.
Oh, killer! Yeah, I am gonna.
All right, we ready for
Probably
the promo?
not. Are you ready for
We're
that?
ready for the promo.
Definitely.
Okay, wait. Before we get started, don't press the button to start the music or anything, Lucas. We have a very, very exciting event that is coming up for our season finale.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, we are recording live. It will not be airing live because we're recording it like a month in advance. But we are recording live with a homegrown band, the Jeff Ritchie Experience, at Union Church in Berea in the chapel, Cowan Chapel, I think is what it's called. I don't remember. I have it on paper, but I am tired.
Just show up to the Union Church and we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out from there. But this is on May 7th from 7 to 8, and then from 8 to 8:30 they are going to then be doing a live concert. It's all 100% free. The shenanigans that you hear and love every day, or well, once a week when we get them out.
Every day when you listen to us, every day.
There we go.
As we know.
You can come and be a part of that. And I promise I will sleep more before then. So anyway, come and join us. There's more information on our Facebook page, Instagram, etc. Oh, that was awesome. My thing just decided to make noise.
Cut.
Moving on.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was great.
Everything's fine. I'm fine.
Everything's fine.
So muting my iPad now.
That was a Facebook ding.
It was a message from Jeff about the graphics.
Alright.
How do I turn the sound of this off?
You know, I think you have to turn it all the way down.
No.
I really think so.
Is there a little switch?
There's not like a little button like on your iPhone.
For real?
I swear there's not.
Where do I, like, on Messenger?
Like on,
Like, I've been doing this and it's not doing anything.
there you go.
Oh,
There is
there we
a
go.
little
There's a
button on yours.
switch. There's a
I
switch.
can't find the little button on mine.
Oh.
That's what she said.
So we should pause and I'll make a loud noise.
Actually, we should just start the episode with zero context and me saying that's what she said.
Right. That's perfect.
Yes, there we go.
So that
Perfect.
in fact was what she said. Welcome to the Nerd Factor podcast. Hi everybody.
A
I'm
library
Brandon.
podcast.
Hello, it is a library podcast. It's true.
From the Madison County Public Library in Richmond and Berea, Kentucky.
That is the place where we are at.
This is Cece.
I'm Brandon.
I'm April and I'm cringing at that preposition.
I know.
Ending a sentence.
This is where we're at.
This is where we at.
Ending a sentence in a preposition is something up with which I will not put.
Oh man.
Come get some.
You know what though?
Good Lord,
You
this could be
know,
an interesting morning.
I feel like it's okay to do that when you don't
No,
sound
for sure.
like when it sounds weird, like the thing
Yeah.
you just said.
Right, for sure.
Yeah.
like
It's
that
fine to
exact
end it
thing
that way.
that just came out of your mouth. Yeah.
Yeah. And I have mixed feelings. I go back and forth on it. It depends on the day.
It's
Today I'm cringing. Tomorrow I'll
it's-
probably be using ending sentences with every preposition possible.
It's like a context thing for me. If I'm like texting somebody and I'm like, who are you going there with? I am not going to be like, with whom are you going to the establishment today, fine sir? You know what I mean?
I do. Because I'm old and every sentence has to have proper punctuation and capitalization.
You're a proper British gentleman, April.
My mom uses the you instead of you more than I do.
Oh,
Oh,
dude,
yeah?
I think
Yeah.
that's a parent thing.
My
I wonder
grandfather
if it
uses
does.
the you.
Yeah.
Like he'll send me a text like love you, LUV you.
Nope.
And I'm like, I love you too, comma, granddad.
Whenever anybody texts me LUVU, I'm like, no, you don't. Like, how R, letter U? I'm like, you don't care. Like, please, give me 4 more letters, and then I will believe that you want to know how R I am.
How R I am.
You know?
It's really funny because Tom and I will text back and forth with what we call law speak, from Lawcats, which is where I guess all of this started.
Yeah.
And so every now and then I'll get a text from him and it'll say, I loves you, babe. And okay, thanks, bye. But it's
Yeah.
EYELUBS or Z, you, and then babe, and then K thanks, bye is all one word.
ICanHasCheeseburger.com was like,
I
damn.
That's still funny.
Yeah.
It is still funny. I made one of my cat because Ziggy's very pretty, and
But not good at
that's he is not good at math. No, he is not good at math. But
Love
he's
that story.
definitely very, very pretty. And so I would walk into the bathroom and he'd be sitting in the bathroom with his head underneath the shower curtain, but the rest of him sticking out and facing the bathtub.
All right.
And
Yeah,
it's
my
like,
cat does the same thing.
so I finally took a picture of him and I put it on there and I said, bathroom ambush, you're doing it wrong.
Nice. I love that you're doing it wrong. So that's so
You're
funny.
doing it wrong.
Yep.
But of course it was URDOIN,
Right.
wrong, RONG.
Right.
Should be UR does it wrong or something.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Easy.
For sure.
Yeah.
UR does.
You are does it wrong. Yeah, I think back in the early 2000s when all that was kind of like all the rage, I feel like everybody texted somebody in their lives, Icon has cheeseburger.
At least.
Or they AOL instant messages.
Oh, thank you so
Oh,
much.
Messages.
Thank you
instant
so
message.
much. Do you guys remember ICQ way more than AIM, AOL, or MSN
No.
Message? You guys don't remember ICQ? It was just a chat engine. It was just like AIM or MSN Messenger or whatever. It was
about MSN.
yeah, it was like
Yeah, I
the
did too.
most popular platform when I was in high school. Like in my high school, like culturally, nobody was on AOL. Probably because we were all like poor Eastern Kentucky kids and nobody could afford AOL. So we
Because
had.
they spend all their money over in West Virginia partying with the whites.
Yeah.
They for sure
Jessica
did.
White.
Old Jessica and Mamie had all our money, so.
You better be careful.
Yeah. So we used ICQ, and I only recently realized that ICQ. I was like, "What is that?" It's an acronym. It's like, "What is that? What is that acronym for? Like, what are the I, the C, and the Q?" Because AIM was like America Online Instant Messenger, and MSN
Right.
was Microsoft's network, right? ICQ wasn't an acronym. It was I seek you.
Oh man.
Right.
I was wondering if it was literally I seek you
Right.
or
No, it was the letters
acronym.
ICQ. And we go, everybody has heard the ICQ. That thing.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So
I don't know if I know anything about this.
yeah, and I think it's still
I'd
exists.
heard of it. I never used it because I was
Yeah.
always on. Was it Yahoo that had the game pages where you could go
Oh,
on and play games?
I also
and
did
talk to
that
people.
real
and talk to
hard.
people? Yeah, all the time.
Mhm.
All the time. Battleship. That was
Dude,
my jam.
Star Wars roleplay, man. I would get home from college. Yes, that too. I get home from high school and I would just all day, every day on Yahoo groups, man. Yeah,
Fun.
it was my thing.
Brandon, what is the horrifying action figure behind you?
You know, I asked Lucas that. There's like a purple.
Show
Okay,
the
yeah,
camera.
show them to the camera.
So where, I'm sorry, I don't even actually know where.
It's over there.
It's over there.
Over
See?
I don't see. Oh, hi, camera. I forgot.
It's that thing with the screen that shows us.
That's-
right in front of you. See right there?
There is a purple bunny rabbit, and he's very tough looking. He is very muscular, and
I need to take a picture of this.
yeah.
He looks as though he's ripped like some sort of battery out of something.
Electrical something out of something. It's literally. This is the work of John Stewart Horatio Payne. I'm certain, because this is like.
Oh my
I was
like
gonna
an
say the
Ethernet.
same thing
Now I
actually.
feel like a complete dummy for thinking that came with the action figure.
Well, I mean.
All right, let me
Look like
see this thing.
Find his
John
own
Payne,
Insta.
what is this?
Hashtag. What is this, John Payne? So Lucas seemed to think
is
that it was a He-Man action figure.
It's actually from David Payne.
David Payne, what is
Oh,
this?
Oh,
David,
okay, so-
of course.
Is it a He-Man thing, really?
Is it really? I watched He-Man as a kid,
I
and
did
I
too.
don't
I don't
remember
know at
any
all.
extremely ripped purple bunnies.
It was so ripped,
I
dude.
feel like you would.
He was like
Yeah, exactly.
P90X, is that what that thing's called?
Yeah.
P90X.
Yes.
He has some quads.
He's
I tell you.
I mean, but really
You
though.
can bounce a quarter off that buddy's behind. For sure.
Do you even live, bro?
So swole. His name, apparently, thanks to our illustrious Lucas, is Plundor.
That's really disappointing.
Yeah, it is
That's his
Plundor.
name.
It's just a play on the word plunder, you know.
It should be something like
And
Peter Cotton Muscles. I don't know.
Peter Cotton Swole. He looks slightly less foreboding in this cell drawn, hand painted
Yeah.
Cotton muscles.
Peter Cotton muscles.
That's the name of this episode, the one with Peter Cotton Muscles.
Yeah, no doubt. Sure.
Maybe,
Well,
maybe not.
man.
I don't know.
He's-
Cheers.
he's
He
looking-
looks
just
really
going.
mad.
He
too.
does look really mad behind
Yeah.
me,
like he did one too many burpee at CrossFit.
Thank you.
Or he did any, if it's me.
Why can't I conjugate things today?
He's late for his
Not
spin
I
class.
can't conjugate. I can't speak. Why can't I do plurals or past tense or anything today?
Conjugate? I've never even kissed a girl. Have you guys ever watched Animaniacs?
Yes.
They
It took me a second, I was like, what?
I know.
Oh.
They had so many jokes on there that were like just a little bit like between PG and PG-13.
Oh, yeah.
And I was watching it when I was like 8.
Oh yeah, Animaniacs is not for kids.
I loved it so
I mean,
much.
it was, but it's totally not.
Yeah,
And I love it. I absolutely love it.
I got to meet Rob Paulson one time, the voice actor who's behind Yakko Warner.
Oh, okay.
Right, but so many other. He also was Pinky from Pinky and the Brain.
Oh, nice.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, it was fun. I got his autograph. Nice guy.
Very, very cool.
So I have a life question for you all.
Okay.
Do you prefer listening to books or actually reading a book in front of, like a print word in front of you?
Yep. My answer is it depends.
Yeah, mine really truly is too. Because it depends. It just depends on the book. It depends on what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
I generally can't have more than one book going at one time. But the only instance where I can is if I'm listening to one and I'm reading something else. And then if I have something that's nonfiction going,
Mm-hmm.
I can do those 3. But other than that, I can't like read more than one thing at a time.
Yeah. If I'm reading for pleasure, for example, not too long ago, I don't know, less than a year ago, I finally listened to Armada by Ernest Cline. We mentioned
Right.
Didn't we mention Armada on the podcast?
Yeah, because we talked about Ready Player One.
Right. I listened to it in my car, and that was it was awesome that way. I think I prefer that to reading it. But dude, if I'm reading for comprehension, if I'm reading like a spirituality book or for research, I do a lot of research and stuff. I can't listen to that. I have to.
I'm the other way. I feel like I comprehend better if I hear it.
Isn't that so interesting? Yeah.
I kind of feel like I do too,
Yeah.
but like I said, it really depends on the book. Like some books out there, the audiobook is phenomenal, and
Yeah.
actually, like honestly, I would say in the case of World War Z by Max Brooks,
Mm.
the audiobook is actually better.
That's what I've heard,
Awesome.
yeah.
Because
Okay.
the audiobook is phenomenal.
Mm.
They have a full cast,
Oh,
and the
yeah.
way,
Yeah.
if you've ever read World War Z, each chapter is a different story, and it's told from someone else's perspective, and it's their experience during the zombie war.
Mm. Mm.
And so in the cast, they've got Alan Alda as one of the
Oh,
guys.
nice.
They've got Matthew Fox. They've got, geez, I can't even remember all of the people because it's been so long. But the audiobook is phenomenal, and they do an amazing job with these performances. And sometimes for me, the performance by the narrator can make or break the book. Because
Oh,
like
for sure.
the girl on the train, if I was reading it, I would have given up. Excuse me. Because I didn't like the characters.
Mm.
And if I don't like the characters, I will walk away. I'm like, I can't stand you. I'm not going to spend my life
Right.
while I'm reading
We
this
know
book
about
angry.
your character hang-ups.
Oh yeah, I mean, so that, yeah.
So was that one where they had like several people reading?
They had
since there
3
were
different women.
different voices. for
Yeah,
both?
they had 3 different women that were reading that were narrating the book as the 3 different characters, and their performances were so good that like you could imagine the body language of the character just by the way that they were reading, just reading like by a sigh or something like
Yeah.
that, and it was wonderful.
That's cool.
So well done, and that's what made me finish that book because I was so engaged with their performances,
Yeah.
and it was wonderful.
That was a really good book.
Yeah,
Oh, of course, yeah, for sure.
yeah.
Well, this kind of leads me to my next thing. I went and saw A Quiet Place last night.
Oh, I want to see it. So is it great? They say
I
it's
wanna
It
awesome.
really is.
Okay.
Yeah. And I mean, y'all know how like rarely I actually go see a
Right.
movie.
Yeah. No
But
doubt.
apparently Stephen King tweeted about how good this film was.
Okay.
And also Jim from The Office.
I do.
Yeah, he
He
wrote.
Anything-
directed
Oh,
it, and
did
he stars in it.
I did
Yeah.
not know that he wrote it and directed it.
And
Really.
his wife, Emily Blunt,
Right.
is his wife in the film.
Right. Right.
And
right,
they
right.
actually have a deaf actress
Yes.
playing.
Yes.
Is it Maggie? Is
It's
that
the
her character's
oldest
name?
child.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know anyone's names.
Okay.
Because no one talks in the movie. Like there's
Oh,
maybe
God,
like
yeah.
20 lines in the entire thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
But I mean, it's a really engaging film, in the sense that it makes you think that what would you do if you really couldn't make any noise at all? I mean, I'm talking they don't wear shoes
Yeah.
because just your shoes on,
Huh.
anything will attract these beasts that
Yeah.
kill you like
Right.
immediately.
Right.
But I mean, there's this one scene where
Mm.
they have like an iPod or something, and they're listening to music through their headphones.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, like the sound, any sound in the movie is so like it just kind of takes you aback because
Wow.
there's no sound,
Huh.
Huh. So it made me think like, what would life look like if you couldn't hear anything or make any noise or
Yeah.
whatever?
That's
Wow.
I feel like that taps into, so ever since I heard about this film, of course watched some trailers and read a little bit about it and learned about the plot in which, you know, as you've already said, literally there can be no sound, especially no talking, in the kind of throughout your whole life because of these monsters.
Right.
Post-apocalyptic or something, there are
It
monsters
takes
that will
place
kill
in
you.
2020.
Okay, oh nice, right. So I thought,
Oh, so a year and a half.
Right.
yeah, right, so a year and a half, so it's like, oh, you're talking out now! It's something really primal about that. Like when I was a kid, and I think when many of us were kids, we're like in bed, like afraid of the dark or whatever.
Mhm.
If I just don't make a sound, if I
Uh-huh.
just keep all of my body inside these covers,
I still do that.
the monster that I'm sure is out there won't get me. If
Mhm.
I'm safe, if I'm just like, you know, I just think that that's a really primal thing that John Krasinski and crew have tapped into. So I'm into it. Like, it's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
It looks fantastic. When I first started seeing previews, I was watching stuff on Sci-Fi, on a Sci-Fi app. I was watching stuff on there, and it just kept popping up. Like every time there was a commercial, it was The Quiet Place or A Quiet Place, A Quiet Place. And I was like, oh my God, what is this? And so finally, I started doing some looking into it, and I was like, oh my gosh, this looks amazing.
Mm.
Absolutely
Yeah.
amazing.
There's
And
one
see it.
particularly intense scene. Emily Blunt is also pregnant,
Uh,
so
she is, or her character is.
character.
sure,
Okay.
sure, yeah.
So
Right.
she has to give birth.
Oh,
in this
whoa,
world.
dude, that's
And they
Oh
have to
my
great.
gosh.
an infant baby
That's
into this
great
world.
filmmaking.
where you can't make any
Holy
noise
cow.
whatsoever.
Okay, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That's
Right.
really that's compelling.
Suddenly, I'm
Like, that's,
so glad I'm done having kids and my kids are teenagers.
Right. That's compelling.
Wow.
Yeah, no, my kid would just be like, "Mom, Dad, we're all dead. Hi." Scream. Here we go. I watched an interview with John Krasinski. I feel like it was on Stephen Colbert's show. I'm not 100% sure which one. Anyway, he was telling this funny story about how his wife, Emily Blunt, is more, she has a higher celebrity than he does. She's more recognizable than him. And they were going through security, I think it was at Heathrow Airport. And he was getting the full workout. He was getting pat down, taken to the side, all this stuff. And he said, if you don't mind to hurry, I just need to go. My wife's just right over there. And the security agent looked up and saw clearly and recognized Emily Blunt, didn't recognize him, and looked at him and was like, that's your wife? That's your wife. You're married to Emily Blunt. Get out of here. He was like rude to him, like thought he was lying, basically.
Wow.
That's so funny.
And detained him for longer because he thought he was lying. Yeah. Anyway.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It's pretty funny. I have such a huge crush on John Krasinski.
Well, you will have an even bigger crush if you see this. He's
It's
quite good.
Amazing.
in the
That's,
movie.
that's, I'm happy to see him stepping little by little. He did some war movie also, or so he was like a soldier or something.
Yeah,
right?
it was that Benghazi movie.
I didn't see it,
Yeah.
but he's stepping away from Jim from The Office, and that makes
Right.
me
Oh,
happy.
very, very much,
That
yeah.
makes me happy, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I loved him as Jim from The Office, but it's nice to see him do other things.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And if you're watching the video, I just asked Lucas on my phone if we have a time that we started. I was not passing messages that were inappropriate.
Brandon smells so bad, and I hate his stinking guts. Stupid oatmeal every morning.
But like,
He's
yeah, I
spying
mean,
on me out the window.
as you
Was.
watch it, you think about like, you know, like I would forget immediately that I couldn't make any noise.
Oh, no,
I
for
think.
sure.
Oh, yeah.
For sure, for sure.
I mean, like I talk a lot and love
Yeah.
to listen to music, and
What if
I
something's
listen
like-
to books and
Right.
podcasts and all that.
What if something's like really funny? Like, I
So not us.
You can listen to this podcast very safely in this
Right.
post-apocalyptic
Except
world.
not the
With your
Saffron
headphones.
episode, though. You're probably not that one.
No worries of
Yeah, I
laughter.
mean, but like, how do you even, like, how is there even something to be funny?
I know. Yeah. No,
You
for
know?
sure. It's a good
If
question.
you can't
Yeah.
say it,
Right.
or I
Yeah.
don't know.
Mhm.
I-
It's a whole weird.
Well, like for me,
phenomenon.
a friend of mine has been posting these questions on Facebook, and I asked him, I was like, what social experiment are you doing? Because it was like, everybody's good at something, what's something you're good at?
Oh, yeah.
What is unique about you?
Yeah.
You know, what is something that you don't like or whatever? And so I was like, okay, what experiment are you doing? And he's like, I just want to engage with my friends. I've been an observer, and now I just want to engage and get to know people and become, involved in their lives,
Yeah.
even if it's through Facebook.
Right.
And so he said, one of the questions he asked was, what would you say if they were the last words you ever said?
Mm.
And I still don't know what they would be. Probably a joke or something, because I can't take anything seriously.
Mm.
But I was like, honestly, I would probably sing something because that is such a big part of my life.
Yeah.
Singing, even if it's just me singing in the shower or singing in the car or humming to myself, I mean, that's part of who I am at this point. And to not be able to do that, that's where my brain's going, oh my God.
The only
Music,
time that you
being able to
can-
create music. How?
The only time that you can do that is if there's a sound louder than what you're making. So like they go to the river in this one scene to fish, and there's this big like waterfall, so they can get behind the waterfall and yell and scream and talk if they want to.
I bet
because
that's
the waterfall
quite
drowns it
cathartic.
That's
out.
cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really, it's very well thought out. That's,
Yeah.
that's
It
cool.
really is, man.
April, I hope that your dying song would be something like totally off, like not like I did it my way, like something epic and like meaningful. In fact, I'm sitting here like, what would April's dying song be? And I was thinking maybe it could be something with no lyrics, like the Six Flags song by the Venga Boys. Dead.
That would be the way that I go out. That would be it.
In fact, the old man in the ad, I think that's.
That
You know what?
is-
I would die
that
because
is
I'd be
April,
trying to
the
do the
drag.
dance and hurt myself.
Yeah.
That's how I would die.
All right,
And that would be why they were my last words.
right, very good.
or sounds. I think I ended up saying that I would probably sing Hallelujah. Because that is my all-time
That's
favorite
deep,
song.
Yeah, right on.
That's my all-time favorite song.
Hmm.
So I would probably sing that.
She broke your throne and cut your hair, and from your lips she drew the hallelujah. It's beautiful. Leonard Cohen, rest in
Yeah.
peace, man.
I
Oh.
love that song.
Leonard Cohen.
And Katie Lang sings my favorite.
Me
Cover of
too.
it. Oh my
Me
gosh.
at
That's all
100% me. It's
Yes.
life changing.
Yes.
If
I
you-
mean, it's just, oh my God. Her
Yeah.
performance is just beautiful.
If you
and-
let yourself be open to it, we need to post that on our Facebook,
Yeah, okay.
Nerd Factor Facebook page after we share this
Done.
episode, because that video is tremendous. It's a,
Mhm.
it's a live video. She's
Yeah,
performing
yeah,
live
and she's
somewhere.
standing in front of a piano,
Oh
and it's like
my
got a lot of blue tones to it.
Goodness
Same
gracious.
video, yeah.
But we should mute it so people can't hear it.
Yes!
Tie into Cece's topic.
Yes, absolutely.
Photoshop Jim from The Office making all of his faces over hers.
well, so in this one he does a very dramatic like shh thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
like-
Yeah, for sure.
That's a picture we also need.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
like that.
It should be the you know that meme with like the kind of crotchety looking librarian, like she has her gray hair like pulled up in a bun and she's like got the
Uh-huh.
finger up to her lips. That's what we should post.
Perfect.
Okay, done.
Perfect.
We'll find it.
A Quiet Place.
A quiet place to listen to the Nerd Factor.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, okay, I like
Yes.
it.
In your headphones so you don't get killed.
Yes, so you don't die.
Who's
Well-
next?
Brandon, you want to rock, paper, scissors for it?
Yeah, let's rock, paper, scissors
Okay.
on 4. On
On
shoot,
4.
which is on 4, right?
Yes, we'll
1,
do it
2,
on
3,
4.
shoot. Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
Wait.
Sorry.
1, 2, 3, go. Dang it! Every time!
You're right. So,
2 out of 3.
well, yeah, you just got 3.
Okay, that's right, that's right.
That was
Okay.
1. Ready?
Right.
1, 2, 3, shoot. Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
gracious. Okay, everybody.
Wow.
So now you get to hear my voice talking. Hope you enjoy yourselves. Hi, everybody. It's
I am
me.
just stunned by that at the moment.
I am the master of rock, paper, scissors. Use my
Well, I thought I was.
my deep insight into what you're going to throw. I don't know.
Okay.
It really is a mind game.
For sure, I was psyching April out. I had
I know, I was psyched out.
eye contact. I want to talk about, I would like to dispel a stigma about me, about myself,
Okay.
publicly and in front of you, dear friends. And yeah,
I'm nervous.
Yeah,
well,
now, like,
yeah.
wow, we're getting like really deep topics today.
Well, I don't know. We'll just wait a second. I don't exactly know how to begin this stigma, but the stigma that I'm carrying all throughout my life, and especially at work, but certainly not exclusively at work, is that I'm a coffee drinker. Like a huge, people are...
I'm done.
In fact, my nickname at work is Coffee Man. You just know this.
Oh, yeah.
Many people call me
Yeah,
Coffee Man.
yeah.
Or the Coffee Man.
You have a couple
Local
nicknames.
yokel coffee man.
Local yokel,
I
I was
am.
thinking of that.
Right,
Yeah.
for sure, yeah, okay.
Hashtag pardon the fun.
It's right, it's a real thing. So, I just wanted to say, I want to talk a little bit about tea today, is my actual topic, because although it's true that I drink, you guys see me drinking more.
Sorry, I tickled myself.
You guys see me drinking more coffee than tea, because when I come into work in the morning,
Mhm.
coffee's a little bit more, for me personally, it's a little bit more appropriate. It's a little bit more helpful.
Can I just say
For
that
me.
you're not the only person that drinks coffee in the morning?
No doubt.
Yeah.
So
Like,
I know.
I have
I mean,
I totally
my
get it.
1 cup and
I'm not
one
sure
sugar.
that stigma is the right word.
But yeah, I feel stigmatized.
I'll hear you out. I'll hear you out. Continue. I'll hear you out.
Well, but see, because
I
it's,
will only because she
people
is.
post stuff on my Facebook wall about like, you're the coffee guy. It's like, people just have, it's many people have decided. Bob
I'm gonna
Ager,
need
or
names.
Eger is one of them. I don't know how to pronounce Bob's last name. Our
Ager.
dear friend Bob.
Ager.
I love you, Bob. Bob is the actual coffee man. He's
He
proud of
is,
it.
yes.
He is like the
That
granddaddy
man,
coffee
yeah.
man, for sure, for sure.
Loves him some coffee.
And I just want to say,
Loves it.
I love Bob with all my heart. I consider him a great friend. But Bob, I'm not just a cup of coffee.
You need to look into the camera and say
Right,
that.
everyone, hello. I'm not just, I'm Brandon, and I'm more than just a cup of coffee.
Jeez.
So,
Okay.
my actual topic today is, that's part of it, but I also wanted to talk a little bit about teas. Because
We're spilling the tea on tea.
we are spilling the tea on tea. I'm a big tea appreciator. I don't know if you guys even know this about me. Does anyone know this about me?
I have so many jokes.
So
Oh,
So-
guys, we're gonna have to do a Nerd Factor after hours.
I know, right?
Even if it's just for us.
I have taken a class on tea before, an online class that was offered through. It's true, right? So I've studied tea academically. I mean, it's not like the biggest thing in the world. It was
Okay.
like a voluntary thing, but it wasn't a free class.
What do you
I
mean?
learned-
Hold on. What
Yeah.
do you mean you studied it academically?
I have studied tea academically. In that, I've learned about like different where teas are grown, different regions and different varieties, and I mean, it's,
Okay.
the tea world and for tea appreciation or appreciators, if you will, is a very vast, big world with a lot of facets, and
Are there like meetings, conferences? And
yeah, I
stuff?
definitely go to tea conferences.
Shut
no,
your
it's
mouth.
not.
He does that. I was like, I can tell that
We'll
way.
talk
I
about it
would
now.
love to go to tea. I'm sure that there are gatherings of people who really appreciate tea. I've never been to anything like that. But one story that I'd like to share. So I love tea because it's an experience. It's a relationship, right? The leaves, or whatever. It's not just leaves. I mean, there's herbal teas and flowers.
Mhm.
Anything can be a tea. You can take right? Isn't that-
Anything can be a tea if
You
you
can
try
take
hard
like
enough.
grass clippings
It's
from
like
your.
anything's edible if you try hard enough. It's just a matter of commitment.
Well, tea really just means that with some organic ingredients. I feel like that's a qualifier for tea. It has to be organic, right? Steeped in a hot liquid that you drink. I like kombucha. Kombucha is a whole other bailiwick. I brew my own kombucha at home. I'm currently.
What is kombucha? I keep
I
hearing
would
this, and I've
love
never
to
tried.
talk
What
to you
is
about
that?
Kombucha. I would love to talk to you about. Thank you, April, for that question. April and listeners, kombucha is a fermented tea.
Oh.
That's all it is. It was
Because
very.
all I hear kombucha, and all I think is like sauerkraut, and I don't know why.
So well,
Yeah.
because of fermentation. You
Right.
Know, so, and I mean, I want to say I'm no fermented master. We have a lot of people in our community who are way bigger into fermentations than me.
We have a club that
Okay.
meets here
We
too.
do.
Yeah,
I know.
we do.
For sure we do. And I think of I have a good friend, Jerry
Maria
Zimmerman.
ferments on its like what the
Yeah.
first Wednesday or Tuesday. So
Right.
it's
I'm
first
not sure
Tuesday of
yet.
the month, I think.
Yeah, so I don't profess to be a fermentation expert at all, but I do make my own kombucha. It's quite simple. You start with a SCOBY. A SCOBY is it's a MAMA. It stands for Societal Colony of Bacterial Yeast. Yeah.
Okay.
And it looks like the underbelly of a face hugger from Alien. It looks pretty gross. It's this organic mass.
So let's drink it.
Well, and so
I want to know who the first person who says who looks at that and goes,
It looks delicious.
"Let's drink that."
well, I mean, like,
But
so
yeah, no.
the thing about fermentation is that it's like an ancient process.
This
that
is true, yeah.
Human beings have been doing for a very, very, very long time. So all you do is you make a batch of tea, and it can be any tea. Currently in my house, I have a jasmine green kombucha that's fermenting in my big jar. I'm very excited because it's going to be this delicious, fizzy, probiotic, make your belly feel happy, jasmine green kombucha. You can do it with anything. You can do tinctures with kombucha and put fruit or fruit juice.
So it's used as a probiotic?
Uh,
Is that what it's used
Yeah,
as? Or
it's good for
generally,
your gut
or?
health. Yeah, for sure, because of the fermentation process.
Yeah.
Right. You add a lot of sugar, a little bit more sugar, in my opinion. Of course, it's to taste, right?
Well, also, you have to feed the yeast as well.
That's exactly it, right? You have to feed the mama, and then so the probiotic magic happens, and the science behind it is,
Uh-huh.
is kind of where I start to. I don't exactly know. I can't speak intelligently about the science behind what's happening in that fermentation jar. Somebody more qualified could. All I know is when I drink kombucha, I feel like $1 million, and it's the same with just regular teas too. It's like a relationship. It's you source the leaves from somewhere and you steep that sucker in your cup, and it's just like a beautiful connecting thing. And one of the things I want to share is when I go to California. I travel to California a couple times a year. There's a tea shop in Mountain View, which is in the Bay Area.
Okay.
And I don't know the name of it because it's in Taiwanese, so I can't pronounce it, and I can't even read the name of it. It's run by a Taiwanese couple, a husband and wife, and their family actually cultivate. They have tea farms in Taiwan, and they ship the fresh leaves to this place in Mountain View. And when you walk in, you don't even really realize that you're in a tea shop.
Really?
It's more like a tea museum. They have pressed discs of pu'er tea. Do you guys know what pu'er tea is?
No, but I know what it sounds like.
It's wow.
I was like, so like,
It's not spelled P-O-O-A-I-R.
I have a teenage son. I know exactly what pu'er is.
It doesn't need to be spelled like that. It's still funny.
Pu'er tea this is the way, when I studied teas, this is kind of how it's compared. Ancient peoples did the same things with teas that they did when they kind of discovered how to make cheese, right?
Okay.
So cheese was it was made and then it was cased in wax so that they could be taken on long journeys and nourish people. Nomadic migrating people, right?
Mhm.
So pu'er tea is the same way. It's a special drying process and pressing process, and you just take little bits off of the disc and put it in and steep your tea, and it lasts a long time. And they have pu'er discs at this.
Because we're children.
I'm trying,
This-
Brandon. I'm trying.
No, you're amazing. At this tea shop
No,
in
it's
Mountain
great.
View from the 1800s. Of course, they're not for sale. They're like behind a glass case. So I just wanted to tell everybody that tea is great, and there's a whole big world of tea that you can study.
And you're more than a cup of coffee.
And I'm way more than just a cup of coffee. Hi, I'm Brandon, and
Instead, you're a cup of tea.
I'm also a delicious cup of pu'er tea.
Is pu'er your cup of tea?
It's honestly, I don't
that's a bad
actually-
joke. I don't even. That was
I
terrible.
don't actually like pu'er tea. It's a little bit.
Have you tried it?
Oh yeah, I have some in my home because I bought at this tea shop. You can buy little tiny discs that they have taken from the big discs.
From the 1800s.
From the year I was born.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, right, for sure. Yeah, and
Is there some sort of like healing
I don't know if I would
property
wanna
of
eat
tea
anything
from the
that's-
year you were born? Like
No,
that has to have some kind of like.
nothing that
I don't
special.
know.
It's just like I can tell, I can go on a podcast and say that I have that, and everybody will think I'm a little bit cooler than they previously thought. Is that true for you guys? Lucas says yes.
Yeah,
Dead
yeah.
silence.
Right? Back to say,
Yeah.
the monsters are coming.
I was like, we're just practicing for when the
Well, what do
monsters
I
come in a
say?
year and a half.
So I guess you guys aren't like. So can I ask you, like, what is your relationship to tea? Is it just like sweet tea at McDonald's? Is that the only?
Nope.
Yeah, I don't like sweet tea.
I don't like iced tea.
So
I don't
then
like
is it
cold tea at all.
Lipton, and you stop at Lipton?
No.
Or?
No.
I mean, I like sleepy time tea, but
Sure.
I mean, I'm buying that in a box at the store. I mean, I don't,
Yeah.
That's good too.
You know,
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, I think about what I eat, and like it matters that I know where it's coming from.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
I never think about tea for some reason, which seems like you should think about that because that's
I mean, you're consuming it as well.
right.
Mm.
But yeah, I mean, I don't drink it all the time. I used to drink green tea a lot
Yeah,
because I was certain in college that it was making me feel better. But I mean, I don't
Antioxidant.
anymore.
Even if it's psychosomatic, if it works, it works.
True. Well, and like I can't have a lot of caffeine. I have like 2 cups of coffee, sometimes 3 on
Mhm.
a rough day.
Yeah.
But that's all I can have.
Right
I mean,
on.
I can't. I'll
Yeah.
be up all night long and feel awful.
It's because you're a normal, healthy person who takes care of your body.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
like, fix me a pot at 9 p.m., baby.
I'm a 1 cup of coffee person, and I generally don't drink tea. If I do, it's decaffeinated. I don't like iced tea, and I know I'm in the South. I just move on, people. But I don't like iced tea. I never have.
Yeah.
I've tried, and it's just gross to me.
I don't like
it's
iced tea.
Just
I like
gross.
herbal iced teas. I don't really like just like regular old black.
But I
tea.
do
Yeah.
like I like fruit teas.
Yeah.
generally. Like Raspberry Zinger from Celestial Seasons.
Oh,
I think
I've
that's the
never
one.
tried. Okay.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, yeah.
Or the
Panera
lemon
has some
zinger is
good
really
iced
good.
teas.
Do what?
Panera has some really good iced teas.
Yes,
yeah,
I have
that's right.
fruity
That's
teas.
true. They do.
They
yeah.
have their hibiscus one. I really like that
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
That one's
for
a
sure.
really good one, especially
For
if you
sure.
mix it with the mango.
Right.
That's really good.
Well, I mean, and there are people, and I'm one of them, who sincerely believe that, herbal mixtures and things that you can, all kinds of, this whole beautiful universe of things you can do and put in a tea bag that will, in some subtle way, support your body or serve your health. You mentioned raspberry tea, April, and that reminded me that pregnant women and nursing women, raspberry tea is known worldwide and historically for supporting healthy pregnancy, healthy fetal growth.
Really?
Increasing lactation for nursing mothers.
I had
yeah.
no idea.
Ask any woo-woo
I just like the way
mommy.
it tastes.
If she's a mommy and she's woo-woo, she will tell you that raspberry tea is a part of her
Right.
life. Yeah.
I just don't like flavored beverages, I think.
Well, see, I do.
Yeah,
I mean,
okay.
I like, alcoholic flavored beverages, I guess.
Mhm.
But I mean, I don't know. I just don't like, I don't know, that's weird. Stuff
Yeah.
that has I have to be in the mood for it, I guess.
Yeah, I do have to be in the mood for it. It's really funny because the other night I got, parenting is hard. It's awesome and rewarding, but it's also very hard. And
True
so
that.
there are good days and bad days, and some days can be really great and then end on a bad note, and it's still overall a good day, but you still have that hard moment. And so I was having a particularly rough evening, and Tom has watched a lot of Big Bang Theory, and so the reason I bring that up is because he brought me a hot beverage, a la Sheldon, as Sheldon does. When someone is upset, you bring them a hot beverage.
No.
So I was downstairs, doing that thing that sometimes you do when you're a parent. You hide in the laundry room so your kids don't see you crying. And
Yep.
he comes down there, and I'm sitting on the floor of the laundry room, using a dirty dish rag because it was all I could find to blow my nose on.
That's sad.
It really was.
This is painting a very
Yeah.
tough picture.
It really was, but so I look up, and there he goes, and he just hands me a cup of tea, and it was my raspberry zinger tea. And
That's sweet.
it really was very
Yeah.
sweet, but also because that's generally the only time that I drink tea, or when it's really, really cold. I don't associate really super awesome memories with tea because
Gotcha.
I don't drink it enough at times when things are happy to
Yeah.
have those memories associated
Yeah.
with it.
If I'm sick or tired, that's when I drink tea, so yeah.
Yeah, see? And so it's not sometimes I'll want it in the evening to relax or something like that, but more often than not, it's a beer or a glass of wine.
Nice. Nice, yeah. Me too. I like all my beverages.
So
Cool.
now my super fun topic is what noises drive you crazy.
No.
Really?
Really, it
Coming
really
full
truly
circle
is.
here.
We
Really?
really have, because you're talking about
Well, I'll tell you
having
one.
to be silent.
I was so when I saw The Quiet Place, or A Quiet Place, I forget which
Yeah,
one it
I think it's a quiet place.
is. I was like, the best thing about living in a world where you couldn't make noise is people wouldn't make noise when they ate.
That's the one
Because
that is the most
My
popular.
goodness.
As Brandon eats his oatmeal.
Don't do it.
No, my
Don't
God.
do it. Don't do it.
Oh, Brandon.
It's,
Don't.
It's mushy. There are
No,
raisins.
stop. I can't do it.
There are
I can't
raisins.
deal with it.
You got
Any kind of mouth noise.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, even a mouth noise if you're not eating. Just stop. I can't deal with it. It's so gross.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I get it. I totally get that. What about you, Brandon?
The sound of my name.
Just the sound of your name. Brandon.
Understatement.
Brandon.
Well, exactly that way. Being repeated multiple times when I'm obviously doing something else or my attention is focused some other place. Does that make sense? Uttered by someone
Yeah.
who's trying to get my attention, but being maybe perhaps a bit rude because it's
Yeah.
obvious.
Okay.
So for just one example is if I'm at work and I'm helping a patron.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And this could be from child to adult,
Mm-hmm.
So I'm admitting here that sometimes I get a little bit annoyed by children, you know what I mean?
No.
Brandon, I want to turn around and my eyes are glowing cinders. What? You know what I mean? So one time will suffice and I will be with you as soon as I am able. You know what I mean? Yeah.
See, I'm guilty of doing that. I probably have done it to you as well. But
No.
because I'm like, if you don't respond, I don't know that you heard me.
I get it. I do get it. No.
Yeah.
Still makes my skin crawl.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I asked. I figured out a way to ask things on Facebook where you guys can't see it. I just
What?
post it to my
Oh.
friends. I said, friends, accept the three of you.
Nice.
So you guys,
You sneaky little
I
sneak.
did. So I posted it, and I was just
Ah.
like, friends except for Brandon, CZ, and Lulu.
That's true, you can do that.
You can. I was
So
like,
now
wait
you
a
can talk smack about us too.
Totally.
Right.
This is
We'll never
awesome.
know.
I know, great. It's awesome.
Unless somebody tells us.
Right, yeah,
Unless
mutual
Heather-
connection.
I'm sure Heather would send me a screenshot.
Mm.
Guys,
Get it, Heather. Thank you. You're the best. Watch
you
now.
owe me.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, but no. So I asked my friends what said what sound annoys you the most, or what sound do you find is just what sound do you absolutely hate? I think that was what the question. And the overwhelming response was the sound of people chewing or
Yeah.
eating or mouth sounds. And for some people, it actually goes as far as becoming misophonia. Do you guys know what that is?
I don't.
Remind me. I just forgot.
Okay, it's where you actually have an anger response to a particular sound.
Okay.
Oh boy, I have that.
Yes. I mean, and my husband has it, Tom
Yeah.
has it, and so for him, this mouth sounds or something that's wet, water dripping, that sort of thing,
Ah.
will absolutely enrage him. The good thing
Misophonia.
is he knows this, and so he,
Sure.
he's like, I need to take a second because he knows he's getting
Yeah.
just unreasonably angry.
Right, yeah.
And of course, when the kids were younger, it was worse because small kids, they make lots of noise and they eat noisily and they smack their mouth or they eat with their mouth open and stuff like that. So, but it's yeah, for some people it goes so far as anger. Another overwhelming sound was yelling, people yelling,
Sure.
or high pitched noises. That's the one for me. Something that's high pitched, like a child screaming.
Yeah. I mean,
I can't. I can't.
I think it's more of like a repetitive thing for me. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
if someone's like tapping repetitively, or
yeah, right.
I don't know.
Clicking a pin.
Yeah, I was just thinking clicking a pin, that sort of
Too
thing.
much of that.
Yeah.
Gets to me.
Which I'm really guilty of. I'm
So me
a
too.
super
Me big
fidgety
time. Yeah.
person.
Yeah. Same.
But yeah, I can't think of one sound besides the mouth sounds that drive me nuts.
I don't like loud objects, furniture being scooted across a non-carpeted floor. You know that.
Yeah. Well, that
sound,
goes along with like the nails on the chalkboard type of sound, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
That was another one that was pretty common.
Ooh, it gets like in the back of my neck. Like I
Yeah.
can feel it. Like, oh no. Stop. Yeah.
But no, for me, high pitched constant sounds. That's part of the reason I had to move out of my office in Richmond. We've got construction going on in the Richmond location because we were expanding at the Madison County Public Library in Richmond and Berea, but it's only Richmond that's expanding.
Yeah, there it is.
And but where my office was right next to Ruthie's office. They put in a new, is it a boiler or whatever it is that they put in
Yes.
there? Yeah, and it just makes this constant high pitched whine. And the wall to my office does not go all the way up to the ceiling. It just goes up as far as it needs to and then goes across. And so that sound just comes through the ceiling and is just, I'm not even going to demonstrate it, but it's
But what's so
it's
funny is it doesn't get to me
awful.
at all because I use that office when I'm in Richmond. Now.
Yeah.
Right.
So I had to move out into the workroom.
I barely noticed it honestly. And you had to like point it out.
For me,
Yeah.
I can't even be in there because I toughed it out for about a week to find out, okay, is it going to go away? Is it just something that's a particular noise that we can get rid of? It's just the sound of the boiler.
Constant.
Yeah, and it's constant, and it's one of those things I cannot deal with.
Yeah, there's something about that constant. Well, I mean, in when they torture people, wherever those places are, that torture is happening. Sound torture is a real thing.
Oh, absolutely,
Puts
yeah.
you in a room with either like a loud noise or it's about the constant nature of the noise.
I
of the
bet
sound.
they put them in there with a smoke detector whose battery is dying.
Whoa!
You're right,
dude,
okay,
just
yeah,
leave
that
them
is the
there
worst.
Just
for
leave
like.
them there
Yeah.
for days.
But
Find
you
a-
can't tell which one it is.
Yes,
Ah!
that's
No,
it.
that's the.
Or they're all dying.
That's
Right.
a terrible Saturday afternoon.
Yes.
That's the worst way to spend
No,
a
that's
Saturday
a terrible.
afternoon.
That happened one time at 5 a.m.
Oh no!
Dude,
like
that
a
happened like
weekend.
last
Oh,
weekend
no.
for me.
Yeah.
At like, okay, so no, it wasn't last weekend. It was one day last week. I had a horrible. I mean, I don't sleep very well anyway, and when I'm stressed, it gets even worse. And so there was one day last week where I had a really hard time falling asleep, and I finally fell asleep. It was only for a couple hours, and then my daughter got up, and then she used the bathroom, or somebody got up to use the bathroom, and then I started dozing off, and then an hour later,
Yeah.
Oh, it's terrible.
oh, it was terrible. And so then, of course, I just got up, took the battery out. Of course, because it's on the ceiling and the hallway outside of our bedrooms,
Yeah.
so I have to go get the step ladder and go get up there. And so at this point, I'm wide awake again.
Ugh.
So then, and that's about 5 in the morning. So then I go back to bed, and at 6 the alarm starts going off.
Yeah.
I
Well,
was like, at that point, I give up.
that's,
I give up. I think I got about 3 hours of sleep
that's a
that night
bad
total.
day. That's a bad day.
But yeah, no,
That's
smoke
a terrible
alarm.
sound.
But on a funny side note, the last show that we did for the last show I was in, Stage Kiss, the fire alarm started going off. But it wasn't like there's a fire in the building. It was like the battery needs changed.
In the middle of the show?
Like right before the show started,
That's
and
hilarious.
but it kept going off.
Oh, no.
And so we had this one moment in the show where we were kind of ad-libbing because
Yeah.
it's during a costume change, but it's because one of the things with Stage Kiss is that you're seeing the rehearsal process and some of the performance of an actual play within the play.
Cool.
And so during one of the rehearsal scenes, they were practicing a costume change, and we were timing it. So we're just standing there on stage, improvising for I think usually it's 47 seconds that it takes to do this costume change. And so during that final performance, Cody, one of the actors that's on stage, goes, "Yeah, so I was having this dream, and we were eating this." We were all here and we were eating these desserts, and for some reason the fire alarm kept going off,
Nice, good.
and the audience lost
Use
it.
it.
Funny.
Use
It
it.
was absolutely
yeah.
hilarious. I think about intermission, they finally got it shut off,
Yeah.
and I don't remember exactly what they did, but it was really
That's very funny.
it was really annoying up until that moment when he
Right.
did that, and then after that it was just funny.
That's very
That
funny.
is funny.
So yeah, it was it's like, well, okay, you win, well improvised.
We should ask our listeners, like on social media somewhere or something, what's the most annoying? The same poll
Same
you did,
question.
right?
What sound do you hate
We'll
the
just
most?
see which one of you smart Alex say the voices of the affected. eyes
Primarily Brandon
My eyes,
Thompson.
yeah, especially Brandon.
Yeah, definitely Brandon. Yeah. See, my bet would be on Heather. Heather would get to it
Oh, no
first.
doubt. She would just tag us.
Yeah.
So okay, yes, be like you, and you, and well, Lucas when you speak.
Lucas is a quiet place over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lucas is the quiet.
He's got that John Krasinski beard.
Actually, he does. I was
So
going to say.
dreamy.
Yeah.
So dreamy.
So last week was the one with the saffron, and so I posted some of our text conversation because it just went off the rails, and guys, it was so funny. I was dying. I had nothing to contribute because I was laughing too hard. Also, my phone is stupid. And wouldn't let me respond. So I posted some of that on Instagram, and then within seconds we had followers from 3 different saffron companies.
I know, man. The
And
saffron
it
companies.
cracked me.
I noticed that too.
Oh, the
Yeah.
Insta business.
Right.
I
I was
love
like,
it.
Guys,
I
love it so
know, right?
much.
Following them hashtags. Hey, some podcast said saffron. Like.
Right.
Smash that button. Smash
Right.
that button.
Let me like your last 4 posts.
Right.
So you'd be like, who is
Right.
this?
Thank you.
Right.
Oh, man.
I should follow them.
Yeah,
see,
follow them back.
that's it right
I hate
there.
it so much.
That
Yeah.
is it.
But it was really funny. I was just cracking up. I was like, okay, let's look and see who this is. And it was like a saffron company. I was like, well,
All right.
okay,
Yeah.
cool.
That's great.
Speaking of, can we talk about the whole Facebook thing for just a minute?
Let's.
The whole privacy, Zuckerberg
Whoa,
testifying
all
for
of
Yes.
that.
I
Yeah.
mean, maybe that should be for a different show, but
We can touch on it briefly because we're running out of time.
like when I was, so I didn't
Yeah, 10
watch the
minutes,
entire
maybe.
thing because I really don't care, but like my thing is everything that is put on Facebook is willfully put out there.
Yeah, right.
How can anyone stop that? Like if you put your date of birth, your full name, your address, your likes and dislikes, your place of work, like where you went to school,
Mm-hmm.
you know, that thing that was going around, what are the top bands that you like? I mean, that was like
Yeah, all that
password
stuff,
mining
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, that's all that was.
all,
Right.
all that those things are, the about me's and all that, that's
Yeah.
all that is. Like when people willfully respond to that and
What
put all
pizza
that out
topping
there,
are you?
Yeah, all
right,
that.
I mean,
yeah,
like, what can you do about that? There's nothing. I mean,
No.
like,
What you
don't
can
need-
do is you just don't do it.
Right.
Mm.
Like, there doesn't need to be some app that, you know, people are all blaming for data mining. Anyone. I could data mine anybody, you
Yeah.
know? I mean, and figure
Yeah.
out how to sell to them and how
Sure.
to,
Yeah.
fool them on stuff, and I mean, you know, I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
people put all of their vulnerabilities out there, you know,
Again, willfully.
willfully.
Right, for
yeah.
sure, for sure, for
so
sure, yeah.
what is Congress going to do about that?
That's
You
a-
know, I mean,
Great
Yeah.
question, yeah.
Well, and honestly, part of me, I've not really followed the whole thing a whole lot because I'm with you. If you're putting it out there, then you're putting it out there.
Yeah.
And if it's out there on the internet anywhere,
Right.
it can be found.
Right.
Just don't put, if you don't want anybody getting a hold of it, don't put it out there.
There you
Right.
have it.
And so I'm in that camp where I'm like, I kind of don't care.
Right.
But I know that there are some issues with it where some of the data was being mined illegally. From my
No.
understanding, but I don't know because I haven't followed
Or was
it enough.
hidden. I think my sense
But-
of it is that some of it was. I don't know about illegally. Maybe in fact it was.
I don't know. Or maybe that's what
Full-on
they're trying to
illegal.
determine.
I feel like a lot of it was just kind of dishonest, like kind of in the
It's
shadows.
dishonest.
Yeah,
You know
maybe
what I mean?
that's more.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
Kinda
that's
like
more the
hidden,
issue.
like, yeah, we're sort of selling your data to these 8 companies, but you know what? Yeah, don't look over there. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. You know
But
what I
like,
mean?
but like,
Right.
so, but how do you? Okay, so like it's not like someone personally emailed Zuckerberg and was like, here's all of my information.
Right.
Right.
Don't sell it. You
Right,
know, I
right,
mean,
yeah,
it's
right,
out
for
there
sure.
in a public forum. I
Yeah.
mean, like it's like you walk
But
on the
you-
street with like a sandwich board that has all your
And
information
I am
on
sure.
you.
Let's just get
People
real.
are going to grab that.
When you
Yeah.
sign up initially for a Facebook account, if I was never on Facebook and today was the day that I decided to get on Facebook, I absolutely am certain that a team of 73 lawyers has concocted an agreement statement that I have
Sure.
to agree to.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That in one of those
Terms and
115 pages gives them my permission to mine my data or whatever.
But you know,
what I
you
mean?
can totally negate that with a Facebook post if you post that
Ah,
one thing that
yes,
says,
you can.
I hereby.
Brandon P. Thompson, a sound-minded body, do hereby proclaim that you, Mark Zuckerberg, and your affiliates,
Yes, do not have my permission to use anything that I post on Facebook.
wrong.
Oh my god, those things crack me up. And
I
then
know.
the chain messages. Oh my god, guys.
Yeah, for sure.
Tag 3 beautiful women. Awesome. Thank you. Cool. I'm not passing it on.
Yeah, I just think that we live in a world where there is no expectation of privacy.
Sure.
There's just
No,
not.
there really isn't.
It's
Especially
sad.
if you're willing to put all the information out there.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and if you have a paper trail at all, the information's out there. You know, I've told you guys, I haven't told our listeners about this because there's really not much to tell at the moment, but my birth father is someone who I do not have any relationship with, don't have any memories of. I haven't seen him or his family since I was very, very, very young, and recently I actually just discovered that he has passed away. But in my efforts to find out a little bit more about where I'm from and who I am, as far as, you know, even if it's just like health background, I actually went on a search to see if I could find his family and was able to find his
Sure.
obituary
Sure.
and his parent, and then through that, his mother's 2 different addresses for his mother
Right.
and his one for his sister.
Just in the comfort of your own home in your pajamas, you were able
Yeah.
to find all that, right?
And
sure.
I mean, because
Sure.
it's out there. If you live, you know, if you are in the system in any way, it's out there and it's easy to find.
Right, sure.
So
And on, you know, and people use Facebook and stuff like that to connect to people that.
yeah, I've been doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, we're working on setting up this season finale on May 7th at Union Church in Cowan Chapel with the Jeffrey G Experience. Come join us.
Korea, Kentucky.
But I've been using Facebook Messenger to set that up. And then
Sure.
also other projects that I've got going on outside of work, I've been using Messenger because these are people that I'm connected with on Facebook, but not necessarily, I don't have their email,
Right.
but I can just message them on Facebook. And at first I was like, well, this is really unprofessional to do this, but
No.
it's
just
also
a
not
connection.
anymore.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah,
another
yeah.
way to connect.
It is, yeah, for sure.
So it's just, I mean, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, you know, Facebook still wasn't quite as prevalent as it is now. It just continues to grow and grow and grow. 4 or 5 years ago, maybe it would have been considered unprofessional, but now it's just another way to connect.
I remember when it was considered, or I had like big hang-ups about texting anyone that I work with. It was very
Yeah.
unprofessional, right? And now even my like community contacts, like,
Oh, yeah.
program directors at nursing homes, just for example, we text way
Oh, yeah.
more than if that person's calling me, placing a phone call, something wrong. I better
Yeah.
answer that call.
Agreed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Well, and I used to be the same way. Texting was like the minimal effort. But now, I find that it's easier to convey something faster with a text.
Well, it's indicative
Then it is-
of the pace of our lives these
This
days.
is true.
For sure. Yeah.
But now when I call someone, it's when I have more than I'm willing to type out in a text.
Mhm.
Or because it would like take longer, or it's complicated, or one of the things that I hate about text, like just text conversations or emails and things like that, is that tone and intent
Right.
is all up to the reader.
Oh, April, don't be so silly. LOL.
Yeah, but that wasn't in text, so you can.
LMAO.
Okay, I got what you're saying. Never mind.
Right.
I'm pretty.
Have you ever seen that meme going around on Facebook about so it's got like LOL, SMH, but it translates it into like a library?
I have
No,
seen
but
it.
I would love
Yes.
to
Let me see if I
see
can pull it up.
Yeah,
I
that's
feel
funny.
like SMH is so much help or something like that.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
and what is LOL?
I
It's
forget. Let me see.
Love our library.
Yes,
It
I think it
actually
is
might be,
Love Our
yeah.
Library.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, it's actually really cute.
That's
I love
funny.
it.
Yeah. I've seen.
My friend Emily, who's a librarian in Woodford County, she posted this. I'm looking at her Facebook page right now.
There you go.
I've seen text shorthand. Are your children into philosophy? and I can't remember any of them.
This one starts out the same way.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, are your children into how to tell if your children are into libraries?
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. And mine are. Well, at least no, they are.
No doubt. My kid's a library kid already.
It's great, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Keep
All
on
right.
talking because I can't.
Oh, we have to keep talking.
She comes
Okay.
into the library and she immediately wants to go see the R2D2 that we currently have here at the Berea Library. It's only been here for a while, but she remembers it, and she calls him A2.
Too.
Makes my
Aww.
day. And the other day she said she has a little stuffed Chewbacca that her grandparents got her from the Disney store, and we were tucking her into bed, and she said, "Night, night, Baki." I
Aww.
literally
That's
can't.
adorable.
That is so adorable.
Best
Okay, you ready for
thing,
this?
Do it, yes.
All right,
please.
yeah.
So LOL, lots of libraries.
No, it's a library.
Okay.
Guess what TBH is? Just
Let's
put
see.
that out there.
TBH. I got nothing.
To be heard, like audiobooks?
That book's hot.
Nice fire.
BRB.
Bring read books. Nope, never mind.
No. Something about reading.
Books rock, bro.
Nice,
No.
that's great.
SMH is so much help.
Yeah.
LMAO.
Libraries may ask. I got nothing.
Libraries may always overcome.
Love
I don't
it.
know.
Look at you.
That's pretty good.
That's great.
Let me ask online. I
Ah.
like yours better.
Okay. Libraries may always it should
Overcome.
Always overcome. That should be
Woo.
the librarian trucker motto.
Lucas, you need a librarian trucker handle.
Shoot, you do.
We'll come back to that.
Beard a lot.
I was something with the beard. Yeah.
McBeardy.
I was gonna say.
No, wait, that's you.
I am in fact.
You're a
bearded.
McBeardy.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
bearded McBeards all day. TTYL.
Thanks to your library.
Actually,
Talk to your librarian.
Oh, it's better.
And that's the end of it.
That's cool.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's our show.
Yay, libraries.
Did you say libraries?
You sure did.
Really?
I think you did.
Brandon Thompson.
Well, I
Brandon
didn't know
Thompson
if
said
it was
You
libraries.
need to go drink your kombucha tea.
that.
And think about what you've done.
I'm gonna go get my little fizz on.
I'm sorry.
Alright,
Just
this-
knowing that the fizz is being caused by yeast, I'm just. But
It's
you
a
know what?
live beverage.
I
It's a
can't. I
living
really
culture.
shouldn't judge until I've actually tried it.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, it's good.
You should
I'll
bring
bring
some
you a
in.
bottle. Yeah, for sure. As a
I'll
matter of
try it
fact,
on. I'll try it on air.
By our next recording, that's a great idea. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
We'll do it.
Fun.
Okay,
That's
awesome.
a hard no for me.
Hard pass. I will try it.
Killer.
All right. See you later. This is the Nerd Factor.
Bye, everybody. Keep listening. Bye.
Love you, mean
I
it.
already said it.
Dang
it.
Good job, y'all.
That
That's
was
just our. That's
fun.
gonna
Good
be our
job.
sign off.
Good job, fam.
Love you, mean it. I already said it. Dang it.
Already said it. Dang it.